Good morning. I love the energy in the room. Welcome. My name is Kaywin Feldman. I'm the director here at the National Gallery of Art, and I'm absolutely thrilled to welcome you this morning to Oliver Lee Jackson Recent Paintings. As many of you know, it's been a very busy week here at the National Gallery of Art as we opened our American Pre-Raphaelites Radical Realist exhibition just on Tuesday. So those of you who are here for that preview, thank you for coming back. And those of you who weren't here for that preview, you missed something special. So make sure you see that exhibition as well as Tintoretto here at the gallery. And today we're really delighted to open this important exhibition. Over the course of his long career, Oliver Lee Jackson has evaded definition. He continuously experiments with new mediums, styles, materials. His work is abstract, but also rooted in the human figure. It's evocative, but not necessarily representational. While Oliver has been making art for much longer, the paintings in this exhibition focus on work he's done in just the last 15 years. Above all, Oliver's paintings encourage sustained looking, which I know we're all excited to do over the months ahead. And as he has said himself, his work is for anybody that's got eyes. So please, I hope that you will come and take a very long look and come back and take another long look again. We're honored to have Oliver and his dynamic paintings join our tradition of presenting the work of leading contemporary artists here in the East Building. And to have Oliver here himself with us this morning to celebrate is a great pleasure. Thank you, Oliver, for being here. We'd also like to welcome Alexa Davidson-Suskin, who's the executive director of the Robert and Mercedes Eichholz Foundation and a member of the gallery's Trustees Council. Alexa directed a leadership grant from the Eichholz Foundation for Oliver Lee Jackson Recent Paintings, which we greatly appreciate. The foundation has sponsored 8 special exhibitions here at the gallery, including this one and The Life of Animals in Japanese Art, which actually opens in June, and you can start to see signs of installation down on the concourse. And then we're also grateful to Michael Stein, Morgan Stanley's Global Head of Government Relations, who's here with us today. This marks Morgan Stanley's first sponsorship of an exhibition at the gallery. Michael, would you like to say a few words?
Good morning, good morning. Big pleasure, good to see you. Morgan Stanley is proud to serve as the corporate sponsor of the Oliver Lee Jackson's recent work at the National Gallery. This is our first time partnering with the National Gallery of Art to showcase an exhibit, and we couldn't be more pleased that it's to help showcase Mr. Jackson's vibrant work. This exhibit is fantastic. At Morgan Stanley, we strive to challenge ourselves to discover new perspectives to share with our clients and our communities. And we're pleased to be able to play a part in sharing Oliver Lee Jackson's work with the community here in Washington, D.C., and visitors to the NGA around the world. I'm personally drawn to Mr. Jackson's ability to create abstract art that is always rooted in the human figure. This is an undeniable energy in there, and you'll see it in his work that I find personally inspiring. I would like to personally thank, on behalf of Morgan Stanley as well, Mr. Jackson for his commitment to the arts, as well as the National Gallery of Art for our partnership. So on behalf of Morgan Stanley and our employees worldwide, we hope that you and the larger community enjoy and find inspiration in the gallery's exhibition of Oliver Lee Jackson's work today and for the oncoming days. Thanks again. Thanks very much for having us.
Thank you, Michael, and thank you also to our members of the Tower Project for their support of this important exhibition. And of course, this exhibition would not be possible without our incredible staff. As you can imagine, opening 2 exhibitions in the same week while working on several others simultaneously is standard practice here at the gallery, but nevertheless constantly a challenge. And I'm very proud of the exhibition behind me and all of the work of our team, including Harry Cooper, the gallery's senior curator and head of modern art. This exhibition has been the fruit of 2 decades of collaboration, work, and friendship between Harry and Oliver. Harry, would you like to say a few words?
Thank you. Welcome. I do not have any notes, and I think after 20 years with Oliver Lee Jackson and really 40 years of knowing his work, I don't deserve notes. So this is a great honor to present his work here, a great dream for me, and I think a lot of you as well. I see friends, supporters, staff, press. Thank you all for being here. I was thinking that if we were in Japan, Oliver Lee Jackson would be what they call a living national treasure. Yeah. So, and that really involves mastery of techniques, of genres, of traditional methods, and he has done that in not just painting, which is the focus of this show, but sculpture, printmaking of all kinds, drawing, collaborations with artists in many other media. But it's not just that, it's also invention. You will see in so many of these paintings things that nobody has done before, things that he has invented over years or in a moment. There's a lot of improvisation, a lot of inspiration inside the exhibition. So, you know, we're not in Japan, we're in the US of A, and we don't always treat our artists maybe the way we should, especially if they are artists of color or artists of the non-male gender. So that's a fact. I won't go into your whole biography, because I know you don't want me to, but you've seen a lot coming out of St. Louis and coming up in St. Louis in the 50s, and then working with a lot of other artists to build community. You were a community organizer, that's not a bad word, in St. Louis, and a multi-arts collaborator, and then moved out to California in about 1971, I think, and you've been out there ever since in various capacities. But, you know, this is not about that, and it really doesn't matter, as you have told me, who is making the art or who is looking at the art. It's about the art itself, and the art is here because it deserves to be here. It's about quality, value. That's what the National Gallery is about. And this is not a Lifetime Achievement Award, because I think you've got another couple of decades to go. So the focus of the exhibition is on recent paintings. I thought about a survey, and I really think that Oliver's work has just gotten better and better, so why not look at the best? I believe that. And so this picks up in a way where I left off my last operation or project with him in 2002 was at the Harvard Art Museums, where we did a collaboration with Oliver and Marty Ehrlich, a great musician from St. Louis, and in a way the keeper of the Julius Hemphill flame, Julius Hemphill being another great musician, an older musician who was from St. Louis and very close to Oliver. I'm getting into too much history, and I think you want to see the exhibition and you want to hear from the artists a little bit. So thank you all for coming, and this is 15 years of amazing work.
I'm their artist. This is the show. I hope you like it. It's about all I have to say. So thank you for coming. Appreciate it.
Oliver, we need to add humble to the list of epithets. So tonight at 6 o'clock, the East Building will come alive for our Evenings at the Edge program. This will be my second one to experience, and I encourage you all to come back. They're great fun. In addition to giving visitors a preview of this great exhibition, the After Hours program will feature 2 performances by Jackson's friends and collaborators, the Marty Ehrlich Ensemble, as Harry mentioned, and Trio 3 featuring Oliver Lake, Reggie Workman, and Andrew Cyril. Then Friday at 1, Oliver and Harry will be joined by Marty Ehrlich and Oliver Lake for a conversation moderated by arts administrator and jazz writer A.B. Spellman on the shared exploration of the visual arts and music. On Sunday, which is the exhibition's opening day, the John Wilmerding Community Celebration will take inspiration from the exhibition with performances by local saxophonist Herb Scott and art making all day long. And the celebration continues on May 19th at 2 p.m. when Harry will discuss art, music, and modality with Quincy Troop, poet and biographer of Miles Davis, and playwright and theorist Paul Carter Harrison, who we're pleased to have join us today. And finally, on the exhibition's last day in the fall, on September the 15th, Oliver will return and we'll have a closing conversation with Harry. So now again, I conclude by thanking you all for being here and inviting you to see the remarkable work in this exhibition. And thank you so much to everybody who's helped make today possible. Thank you.